Everyone praises Steve Jobs as a genius, but his dark side, what made Apple a $1 trillion company. Most people ignore the fact that Jobs was ruthless with his time, focus, and with his team. Most coaches on the other side, they're addicted to shiny objects and half-baked strategies. And this is exactly why they stay broke. Jobs was a person who built Apple by saying no to literally everything. He cut projects that weren't essentials, and the core principle behind Apple was to remove all the unnecessary things. His whole idea behind the company, and even this smartphone that you're probably watching this from, was to remove all of the unnecessary things from the phone. That's how they came up with this touchscreen idea. The keyboard was unnecessary. Jobs himself was not scared to cut these things and say no to the things that didn't seem essential to him. On the other side, most of the coaches, they have their energy and direction going through different projects, different courses, different strategies, and the result is scattered focus and zero results. And if you don't learn how to kill these distractions, your business will fail. That's why I'll share 3 lessons I learned from Steve Jobs' dark side, where the first lesson was relentless focus. And if we break down focus, it actually stands for follow one course until successful. And that's what many people miss. They jump from strategy to strategy. They jump from product to product. They jump from niche to niche. They can't stick with one thing for months, and I won't even speak about years. The reason why I built a 6-figure coaching business and why I have this reputation in the market right now with all of the results my clients have is simply because I focused on this one niche for 5 years. And I always like to say, this is just the beginning. I'm new to this niche. I have many more years to go, and it will make me even more successful. You can probably refer to this video at some later point, or if you're watching this video few years afterwards, you'll see that I still stayed with this one business that I'm focused. While everyone else is jumping from market to market, niche to niche, offer to offer, especially with this AI thing that is going on right now. Everyone goes to this next shiny object. But you have to be like Steve Jobs, because focus is not just doing more of certain things. Focus is literally cutting off all of the distractions, all of the necessary things, and focusing on what actually matters, which is one offer, one niche, one business, one strategy, period. And Steve Jobs was not just satisfied with being good enough while being focused. He demanded high standard, which is the second lesson. Yes, Steve Jobs was focused on very few essential things, but he was obsessed with making the small things the best possible. Tell me, who is better? Someone who is obsessed trying to make 100 things look good, or someone who is obsessed only about one thing and trying to make it perfect? Obviously, the answer is the second one. Which is why you have this Apple device right now, which is why Apple is $1 trillion company. Where Steve Jobs was obsessed over the small details, being as little as possible and making them as perfect as possible. And most coaches on the other side, they throw these generic posts, these generic offers, and they wonder why nobody takes them seriously, and they wonder why they can't get paying clients. Clients don't invest in average. That's the truth. They invest in excellence. You have to be obsessed over the small details and being the best possible. This means educating yourself, trying different things, and yes, be obsessed, be the best, but try to control the entire experience, which is what Steve Jobs actually did. He wanted to control everything. That's why he built this one system where only Apple devices could run and thrive. Apple, MacBook, iMac, iPad, everything. He wanted to have this closed-end system, and back then he actually got a lot of hate and he was criticized for using this approach, especially having Microsoft or their competitors, but he wanted to control the entire experience. He didn't want to rely on outside companies for a certain features of their products because he didn't believe that they can achieve excellence. which is related again to the second lesson. He wanted to control everything, and while controlling everything, he wanted to make it the best possible thing. He controlled the experience, the design, the packaging, the presentation, everything. From A to Z was controlled by Steve Jobs and made it perfect. And most coaches, they don't even think how they're perceived by the market. They post some random content, their offers are confusing, they don't have specific niches, and if you don't shape the client experience, from them being a stranger to being a client to getting incredible results, someone else will do that, and they will take all of your clients. Probably one of your competitors right now is in my program, learning from me, making a process as perfect as possible to actually ensure that they are getting the clients they want. And if you're ready to build your version of APO in your coaching business that other people can't ignore, where you control the experience, where you have predictable systems that get you clients, make sure to check the first link in the description.